All right. Well, welcome everybody to another show of the Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. I am your humble host. My name is Ed, otherwise some people know me as the Dad Hat. With me, I got my two good friends, my two co-hosts. Excuse me, the Prospector himself. How are you doing today, Mr. Patrick Larson?
Well, Mr. Ed Rivera, the Dad Hat himself, I'm doing really well, thank you.
All
And
right.
yeah, just happy. I'm back at the home studio,
Back at
and
home studio, huh?
back at the home studio, and just ready to talk a little sports. But always an honor to be here with you and the man that you're about to introduce next.
Well, of course, the mayor himself. We're not
Mm.
worthy. We are
We
not
we are
worthy.
definitely not worthy.
Donnie Wise himself. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. I don't know about the not worthy part, but I did go Cleveland, although it's old school Indians for
Love
tonight.
it. Love it. Chief
And
Wahoo,
then,
baby.
yeah, with New Year's coming up, I had to go with the Los Huepas
Okay,
shirt,
los
little
huepas. Yeah.
fireworks,
Los
get a little fireworks
Huepas,
for New Year's. Yeah,
a
so
little
Love it.
Daytona here.
Daytona
some Tortuga.
Tortugas.
There you go. All
Daytona
I'm
right,
repping my
Tortugas.
brownies today. I'm repping my brownies. You know what I mean?
all
They're
right.
playing right now, so they're
We
playing
might
really
have to.
good.
We might have to switch.
Oh
Oh, there it
man,
is.
an early
Uh,
hat switch. There you go.
Really
I
hat
love it.
switch.
So you know
Um,
what? So since we're talking hats, let's talk about the hats that we're wearing. Let's talk about what we are drinking tonight. I'll start with since Patrick, we started with you first. Let's start with Mr. Donnie. What you drinking? What's up, Brett?
So I've
Brett.
got this waffle sauce from Rusty Rail Brewing.
Okay,
It's
waffle sauce.
put it the right
Ooh,
direction
There it
here.
is.
ooh, I
That
Yeah,
like
looks
there
it.
we go. Sorry. It's
a
an
maple
imperial brown
pecan.
with maple pecan. Yeah, it's really good. It's out of Pennsylvania, somewhere near Mifflinburg, Pennsylvania, up in that western PA area. Brought this one back from Ohio with me. So
Nice, nice. I love it. I love it. And of course, you
pancakes in a
got
can.
your Chief Wahoo hat. I love it. That's a beautiful hat.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Went old
the-
school.
I love it. Dot 47 cleanup, which is beautiful. All right, Mr. Patrick Larson, what are we reading and what are we drinking tonight?
Well, I'll start with what I'm wearing. If you'll remember on this very show a couple of weeks ago,
I remember
I
this.
I made a bet with one Mr. Ed Rivera, who, in case you didn't know, is I believe a Cleveland Browns fan. So
No, not at all.
yeah, not at all. So I lost a bet with him, as we all probably predicted would probably happen, and I bought this beautiful hat from Hat Club, and it's got, I'll show it up close, but you can see
Such a
Brownie right there.
I love Elfie, the elf. Love
Yeah.
it. And look at that, is corduroy brim. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a corduroy brim. Yep. And so we got to, and they're playing tonight as we speak. So I had to pay my respects to the Cleveland Browns and one Mr. Ed Rivera. And then tonight, I never drink something that is nearly as interesting as the two of you, but we go with Old Reliable, the Gatorade Zero. So I'm nothing if not consistent. So
Old reliable, I love it. I think the
Old
Browns just
Reliable.
fumbled the ball, by the way.
So, and then I'll also show the hat that I was wearing before I switched is this is an Ottawa Lynx hat. It's on a real tree edge camo, but it's a cool logo with the claw holding a baseball with the maple leaf in the background, and then on the side there's an old Ottawa Lynx patch on it. So
Okay.
but we'll
I
be
like
switching
it.
to this. We'll be switching to this because the Browns are
appreciate you.
playing, and I've got to hold up my end of the bet. So
I love it. I love it. And Lynn is drinking a red wine in a mug from Des Moines.
Chris
Kristen
Kindle.
Mark.
Chris Kindlemark.
Chris Kendall
Market.
Market.
There it is. I love it.
Good
I
for
love
you.
it. Enjoy your wine in a cup. Myself, I am wearing today from Sandlot Goods my Cleveland Buckeyes hat that I just recently got. It is very comfortable, guys. It is absolutely comfortable. I love it. And of course, I'm drinking a Red Oak from here in North Carolina. It's a wonderful beer. So, Brett, I'm wearing a Valley Center Mud Dubbers from the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League game hat. Threw a scoreless inning against them last year in the U.S. military
Oh,
war.
nice.
All right, go
There you
for
go.
it, brother.
All right.
And Mr. Eric Lichtenberg. Cheers, and gentlemen and ladies. Absolutely. What's
Cheers,
up, Mr.
Eric.
Lichtenberg? But as you guys already know, I just wanted to point it out again. My Brownies are playing. They win and they're in. That's the name of the game right here. Okay. Cleveland wins, they're in the playoffs. So let's get it, baby. All right.
Those white uniforms look nice, by the way.
I love that white helmet.
And did you see? I meant to send it to you earlier today. Did you see the Dude Wipes people that were doing an exchange, jersey exchange?
Yep.
Anyone who brought a jersey of a previous quarterback was going to get a new white jersey of a current quarterback.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful.
That's
Good for
pretty
them.
cool.
I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So you know what? The Browns are playing right now, but let's talk a little bit. I know I'm where they should have
Pick six. Is it a pick six? Did he get
Stop
in?
it. You're ahead of me. Stop it.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Okay, well, you're gonna enjoy it. So anyway, go ahead.
Okay, sounds good to me. But let's talk a little bit of baseball, guys. Let's talk some baseball, right? Last Tuesday, we were talking about something that we were just going to leave for today, as far as something to talk about, right? And this one was brought up by Brett, Binging Baseball. You guys got to follow him, okay? Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. But we were talking about. He posed this question to you, Donnie, and myself, as far as, hey, should players that did PEDs, should they be allowed in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Right.
And I've been giving some thoughts on this, but I want to see what you guys think on this one. And if you guys want to put that in your comment as well, please do so. I want as much interaction as possible. But I want to know what you guys think of this, right? Because this is something that's been brewing for a while now, right? Should they be allowed? Should they not be allowed? The perfect example is Barry Bonds, right? Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer even before he even did steroids, right? So what say you guys on this one?
I'll jump in first. I don't have a problem with any of them being in. I think they all should be. I think the Hall of Fame is Hall of Fame. It's not Hall of Perfect. It's not Hall of
if you had Hall of Perfect, some of these were racist. They were
exactly.
So
I mean, there's a lot of people in there that are probably guilty of as bad or worse things. A lot of the time when these guys were being accused of the steroids and PEDs, they technically weren't breaking any rules because there was no rule against it. There was no testing. There was no anything. And that eventually came about.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, and I've heard this mentioned before, and I think this is one of the best comments, is the Hall of Fame tells a story, and you can't tell the story of baseball without these guys. And whatever their story is, you tell that story. There's still a Hall of Famer. In fact, Brett had one today about A-Rod, and should A-Rod be a Hall of Famer? And I'm like, as a player, A-Rod's a Hall of Famer. Outside of being, expressed player. A lot of these guys as players, they're Hall of Famers. I understand the whole PEDs can help you. It doesn't improve your hand-eye coordination. It doesn't really change anything of what you're able to do.
A round bat and a round ball.
I mean, if anything, some of these things may help you get healthier faster. What's wrong with that? I mean, you got guys that go and get a cortisone shot and get back in the game. How is that not a performance enhancing? Because if you didn't have that cortisone shot, you're not performing at all. I mean, it's just simple little things like that to me. And that's just my personal belief. Others may not cater to that, but I think every one of these guys should be in. I think it's past time for guys like, Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe. I mean, they're Hall of Fame players. Whatever they did outside of that story should be told. They've paid their price. And it's just, that's what it is. And I won't go so far as to say it's just a museum, because it's not just that. I mean, it's not a museum for anybody.
It's a Hall of Records and all of that. Yeah.
But these guys deserve to be in. They are Hall of Fame level players on the field.
Yep. And Len brings up even PEDs, they still have, got to actually hit or pitch the ball, right?
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Let's be honest. I mean, a lot of things happen, it's like we were just talking about, and no one was saying a word when we had the home run race, right? With McGuire, with Sosa, both of those. All right. They were both juicing. You already know, if you look at early pictures of both of those dudes, they were skinny as all can get out, especially also Barry Bonds, right? And then they got yoked up. So you know, I mean, you got to tell the story. If we're going to tell the story of baseball, we got to tell it the good, the bad, and the very ugly.
Exactly.
So go ahead, Patrick.
I'm with Donnie on this one. It's not the Hall of Morals. I was actually going to lean into what Lynn said, because even if you take PEDs, there's still something like timing, like timing when you're hitting, or hitting your spots when you're pitching. You know, no creatine, no andro, no steroids are going to help you when it comes to your timing and your and being able to locate a pitch. Because at the end of the day, you know, Barry Bonds had very elite timing. I mean, he had a quick swing, and sure, did it help his power numbers? Yeah, sure, absolutely, it probably did. But he still had quick timing, and that's something he had before he was taking steroids. He always had a quick swing, and always hit fairly well even without that. The only thing it did is it helped his power numbers. And yeah, I mean, I think what you guys were talking about earlier about what other people have done, this is not a hall of perfection or a hall of morals. It's a hall of fame in terms of like what you've done for baseball. And it's, if you want to start talking about what people have done, you know, that went against the good of the game, I think there's a lot of things you could do with guys that are in the Hall of Fame now for their misgivings. Like you could start a whole character argument of what's good and bad for baseball.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I want to see someone like Pete Rose. Like Pete Rose betting on baseball had nothing to do with his ability to put the ball in play, to, you know, to accumulate the number of hits that he had. I mean, it's just, he's kind of been used as a pariah at this point for like what not to do in baseball. And it's long overdue that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Brett agrees with you. If they can't prove that he was betting when he was playing. So, you know, full disclosure here. Okay, guys. Cause you know, I want to be completely honest about it. I was one of those at first saying, no, keep him out. Keep him out. At first I was saying that, right? But then, right, as time goes on, right, and then you start, you know, you start thinking about it and you're like, okay, we have in the Hall of Fame players that are completely and 100% racist. We have players who cheated, right? Using the spitballs, using whatever means necessary to cheat the game while they were playing. Okay. And then now you have, this is our generation's version of that time, right? They were using, and I think it needs to be important that we say that it wasn't illegal. Baseball did not ban this while they were playing. It is now, but back then it was not banned. So if we're going to do that, we need to make sure that we do the criteria based on when they played.
Right.
So
I mean, there's technicalities, and they skirted the technicality because there was no rule against it. So
and they
didn't break any rules.
Let's be honest, they knew.
Yeah.
Okay. Buck Selig knew. Everybody knew. Nobody was batting an eye during that time when baseball was at the height of popularity during the 90s, when they were hitting home runs left and right. No one was saying a word. Everybody knew it. It's a secret that everybody knew.
We turned a blind eye as long as we could make some money.
Bingo. So I'll say this. Should they be allowed? Yes. Should there be an asterisk? Yeah, do it. But you need to tell the full story. Okay? We need to tell the full story. This player was such and such, also in violation of PEDs and whatever you want to put it. I don't care. But you got to tell the full story. The Hall of Fame is a museum, right? So you need to tell the full story when it comes to baseball.
Yeah. And
agreed.
You know, again, it should come down to, and this may, you know, kind of go right into Brett's comment here. It has to do with what you did as a player. You know,
we want to immortalize these guys.
Right. And you can take some, I mean, you know, I don't know the details of what's going on with the scale situation, but, you know, that has nothing. I mean, it does. I don't want to sound flippant about it, but you have his playing career and then you have his post career, and you have to kind of have some separation there, but you have to, you know, I guess it depends on what the actual work, you know, the thing is. Yeah. So, I mean, this itself, based on the surface here, you know, abuse and allegations and things like that. If it's proven, that's one thing. If it's allegations, that's another thing in my book as well. So let's let the process play out with this. And I don't want to dive into this specific event so much as to just say back to the other guys, it's what you did on the field. It's what Pete Rose did on the field. It's what these guys did on the field when they were playing. And like you said, I mean, it might have helped Barry Bonds' power numbers a little bit, but I mean, he was going to hit the ball out of those parks regardless of whether he's taking PEDs or not.
100%. He was going to hit the jack out of that thing. So there was nothing that nobody could do about it.
Yeah.
Because he was doing it when he was with Pittsburgh. He was doing it then.
I was just about to say, look at his Pittsburgh Pirates numbers. That's the very reason that the Giants signed him in the first place.
Yep.
And there were plenty of teams that were after Barry Bonds at that time. So,
and I think we also need to make I need to make this comment is that we as fans and as people, we want to put these people on pedestals as being high morals, whatever you want to call it, right? Like, I mean, but we need to make sure that there are people as well. They're human just like you and me. They just get paid a lot of money to play a game. That's the only difference between you and me, right? If you're going to look for a role model, look for nurses, look for doctors, look for people who are actually saving lives, police officers, and all that. Don't look for a player who's getting paid millions of dollars. Do we have good people there? Yes. Do we have bad people? 100%. Just the way it goes.
I mean, if you want a role model that's as an athlete, what's that athlete doing off the field? What kind of charitable things those guys? That's how you want to view an athlete as a role model, not just because he's.
But don't look for the athlete, the role model. Look for the person, the role model.
Exactly. Because there's a lot of these guys that do a lot of things outside of the field that are way better than what they do on the field.
Because I think Clemente it's one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Right. But great player. But what he did off the field was what made him an even better human being.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm sure if you asked Roberto Clemente if he could respond to it now, he'd probably be more honored that there's a Roberto Clemente Man of the Year award named after him, more so than his Hall of Fame playing career.
Yep.
I mean, because
they should retire his number, by the way. I'm just putting that out there right now.
I don't disagree with you.
They should retire his number. So, anyways, I digress. But I think this is a great discussion because we're about to go into the new year, right? It's going to be a great baseball season, a lot of storylines and all that. Some Hall of Famers that should be getting in, but they're not. I'm not. I don't vote. There's some voters who have some biases that are allowing those biases to get in the way of them voting for the right people into the Hall of Fame.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's guys that have dropped off. I know there's a lot of debate about Sheffield out there too. I mean, Gary Sheffield to me is a Hall of Fame baseball player. Is he a first ballot? No, he's about to be off the ballot, but he
will have a chance though, right? And with the
well, the early votes for Sheffield had him just a shade below 75. Now that wasn't all of the votes that were cast, but early votes that were coming in, like Beltre was at like 95% or something like that, and then Sheffield was at about 72.5. So there is. I think Sheffield's one of those players that over time he's getting more and more support. He has to keep trending in that direction.
You got to have a positive trend. That's the thing.
Yeah, you do. I mean, some of these guys started out in the 50% range and worked their way.
Omar Vizquel is not going to get in.
No.
Well, see, and I still go back to what I fought for last year. I mean, Dale Murphy, Don Mattingly, those guys to me, those are Hall of Fame players. I mean, they had, for what they did in their career, they may not be at the top of the Hall of Fame, but they deserve to be in there. Todd Helton, another one. I mean, Todd Helton's not the first name that comes to mind when you think of Hall of Famer, but if you sit there and look at what he's done as his career, that's about as solid a career as you put together there. And he was with the Rockies for a lot of that.
That's what I was just going to say, man. That he was in the Rockies. You want to talk about purgatory? The Rockies.
And you want to talk about, I mean, I know the end of his career wasn't quite the same as the beginning and middle of his career, but I mean, Todd Helton put together a lot of consistent years, and I know consistency doesn't mean Hall of Fame. I get that, but I think the mayor's right. Yeah. I mean, constant 30 home run seasons and 300 plus batting averages, and everyone's going to say, well, he plays in Coors Field. Well, you still, it's like we've already said with the Hall of Fame argument, you still have to put the bat
gotta
on the
hit
ball.
the ball.
Yeah. I mean, if you can still strike out at Coors Field. That it doesn't matter what the air is like there. You can still strike out.
Yeah.
So
right,
100%.
Yeah. So
a great conversation. I mean, I'm really not. Again, I'm just getting all pumped up for baseball season, right? Granted, like
Bring
I'm
it
watching
on.
my Browns right now. They just got a sack. You know what I mean? They're up 26, I think, 27-7. So I'm having a hell of a time tonight. So
I'm thinking the Hats bring.
you're good luck. You're
thinking
most
the Hats
certainly
bring
good
some
luck.
Good luck for them.
Okay,
Come on,
yeah.
Is his name Brownie or Elfie?
Brownie the
Is
Elf.
it Brownie the Elf. That's what I thought. Okay.
Brownie the Elf.
That's it.
Okay.
We're gonna rub Brownie for good luck.
That's right. Do it, baby. I love it. I'm trying to see where the heck I put my Browns one, but it's okay. But yeah,
I might
the
have
way
to
Joe
grab mine
Flacco
too.
is torching his old team.
bro, he is torching them. Speaking of that, I'm glad that you
He's getting
said
that
that,
money.
right? Because it's funny you said that because Flacco, from what I understand, called the Jets
Mhm.
as soon as Aaron Rodgers went down. Jets didn't call back.
Yeah.
They said we don't need that. We good. We don't need anything.
You think Joe Douglas is looking back at calls he wish he would have returned?
100%.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
So that's one of the storylines, right? Because he is playing. Listen, he's said it's like I'm playing like a 10-year-old right now. I'm playing like a kid, and I love when people say that, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Comeback
good
player of
one.
the year, anyone?
Oh, Joe Mauer is the same way. Great numbers, but injuries and
Yes.
mediocre Twins teams doesn't help his
100%.
chances. Yep. Who was it
100%.
when they played first base for the Twins?
Oh, you're
Joel-
talking about Justin Morneau?
Justin Morneau.
Justin Morneau. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin
Yeah,
Morneau
was
was
another
was
solid
a
player. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and had a lot of good years for the Twins. And then even after he left Minnesota for a little bit, he still was more than serviceable.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
he played in a couple other stops, and he was, I mean, always a guy that could get you a home run.
That's the thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Like right there, those players are like
Yeah.
are probably not going to get a chance now. Granted, not PEDs, but they're not going to get a
Yeah.
chance because they were in bad teams.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Mauer is like, I think that's what people were saying. I mean, his career aligns really well with Todd Helton's. I mean, it's just
right.
it's just consistency all the way.
Mhm.
And then Joe Mauer had the extra pressure of being a number one overall pick.
Right.
I think that was the same year. Was that the same year as Mark Pryor? I want to say. And then the Twins took Mauer number 1, and then the Cubs took Pryor at 2. And then, I think that was the same year. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in the chat or either of you, but I want to say that was the same year.
Come on, Eric. I know you know this one.
As I
That's
say,
your team, baby.
Lichtenberg should know this one.
Yeah, he
Lichtenberg
should
would
know
know
for
it.
sure. He should know.
Yeah, but for
Yeah.
some reason, I'm thinking that was the same year as Pryor. But
Yeah.
I'd love
Sounds
to know
right.
if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'd love to know if I'm wrong, and I'll hold my hands up. But yeah.
Yeah, and then we're going to get this into the new year, but we're talking baseball right now. Tell me one thing. You're right, Pat. Look at that. Boom, right there. He just answered you.
Thanks, Eric.
Patrick, what do you do? Like, you have so much knowledge on that noggin of yours, dude.
I spend way too much time looking up random baseball stuff.
That's amazing.
No, I wish I was as good with currently as I was back when I collected baseball cards. But
See, that's something that I never did. I never collected baseball cards. I tried to get into it, but I could never get into it. I don't know why.
yeah,
I used to love it and do it a lot, but I haven't in years.
I
now.
miss it. I miss it if I had more room. But if I can't do hats and cards, so hats
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, hats it is for me.
Hats it is for me.
Like I said, hey, listen, I'm trying to, diversify a little bit here, more than just 47. So you guys got to, I'm telling you.
And I'm liking that non-dad hat look on you, my man.
But well, here's the thing though. This is still kind of a
It's
dad
close.
hat, okay?
It's
close.
But that's like a vintage. Oh, see, now to me, that's not a dad hat. That's like a vintage throwback.
That's I can get down with vintage throwback.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just
You know what my favorite part about this is? Look at that.
Ooh, is that satin underneath?
Yeah, baby.
I like
Yeah, that's
it.
like old school green satin. That's nice.
I like that.
Yeah,
Um,
this
we're, uh,
I might go get me some other ones from them, right? Because
well, I think that we've started a new Ed Rivera extended collection. We're not just dad hats. We are.
no, we're not gonna go fit it. Calm down.
I I'm just saying.
Don't. But you know what the
I
first
never, who
you know the
said
first thing I
fitted?
did though, right? You know the first thing I did?
What'd you do?
I curved the brim. First thing I did. I did like that's like this.
Of course. Yeah,
Mr.
you
Mayor,
gotta-
you
yeah.
should know. I had my parents watching the feed the other night, and they were they were laughing after you were rescuing the hat. My dad was cheering you on, and said, "I don't know why you wear it flat." And I said, "Because I'm the bad boy of Curb Rim Media. That's what I do.
That's who it
That's
is.
how I do things."
Hey, listen, Brett is with you. Fitted is king.
That's because you know hats, Brett. You know hats.
I don't do Lynn. I don't do flex. I don't do flex.
Now, Lynn, I will do the flex. I like it. I can do a 3930.
Nope.
I love a
I enjoy
3930.
Yeah, I enjoy a 3930.
I don't do 3930s. I don't do MVPs. Velcro is an abomination on a hat.
No, I don't like
Yeah,
Velcro. I don't like Velcro.
I'm not much on the MVPs either, but I love the 3930s, especially when they've got a cool design on the back. Because I like a fitted hat, but I don't always like the 5950 fitted. It's the same thing. It's like a dad fitted to me, but I love when they have like a really cool.
Listen, I'll
design
do
on
the
back of it.
truckers. I'll do the dad trucker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love truckers too.
Well, for me, it has to be a structured front because I don't look right with the relaxed fit on the front. I can't pull it off.
Zephyrs. You know what? Zephyrs are making a come up. I had this conversation from the guys at Zephyrs. Is you know during COVID, they were the ones who were saving a lot of minor league teams because 47 was backed up, New Era was backed up. They weren't taking orders, and then Zephyr came in out of nowhere and be like, "What's up? Let's go. Let's talk, baby."
Well,
Another
and then
one.
Zephyr went
OT
through about,
Sports.
and Zephyr went through with their fitteds. They went through about 3 different hat type sizes. They went from like a small. They
Small,
had like
medium, large.
they were small, like medium, large, and then an extra large, and then they went to small, extra small, medium / large, and then large / extra large. And then the next year they went to extra small, medium, large, and extra large, and they've been with that probably the past 3 years or so because they've been trying to perfect the. And then they also started doing the 7.5 and 7 3/8.
Good for them.
Certain teams like the Burlington Sock Puppets being one of them, that went with like OC Sports that did that, and then certain teams have been using like the Morehead City Marlins, for example, have Zephyr, but they've got the specially sized hats for players, and a lot of the teams order those for their players, and then just for the stores they order the Flex Fit.
Yeah. The Jets just got a pick 6. 14. Darn it. But yeah, no, OT Sports, another one, right? Like, I mean, up in Burlington, you know, doing their thing when it comes to their hats. New Era.
They're big, they're big in the apparel game too.
100%. But that Hawaiian shirt that I have from during Bulls, OT Sports.
Nice.
And so
nice.
How did you get ahead of me? I haven't seen the pick 6 for the Jets.
Oh yeah,
I was ahead of you.
That's because Ed's got inside football.
Yeah, we got. Listen, I'm a Browns fan. I'm like, I need a direct link here. Okay, direct link.
Right. See, what you don't know is that Kevin Stefanski actually has Ed on speed dial. So,
dude, I was one of the few that was super happy when they hired Stefanski. That was like I was super happy with that hire.
He's been a great hire for them. I mean, I think his offensive know-how is kind of underrated because he's a great offensive coach. But the thing is, he knows how to he actually knows how to be a head coach, as we've discussed on this very show many times before. You can be a great offensive mind, but that does not make you a good head coach. You can be a good defensive mind and not be a good head
I wonder who you're talking about.
I have no idea what you mean. I was not going to name anyone specific, Braden Staley, but you know,
or McDaniels and
McDaniels, Josh McDaniels, Wade Phillips, Norv Turner. There's a lot of names that are out there that are great coordinators, but they need to stay coordinators.
Yep, 100%. So it's true. You know, Neil Flakes, again, you know, there's so many hats out there. This is the beauty about hats, right? You know,
Yep.
I don't get me wrong. I will wear a 5950. I have a couple of 5950s, but it's for the Browns, the Guardians, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I bet you pull it off like a champ. You can
Baby, I
then.
look good in the head, baby. Come
Oh,
on now.
I know you do. I know you
Oh,
do.
I mean, come on now, baby.
I
My
like
wife
it.
does
I
like
like it, my
prefer me
man.
to have it in a dad hat though, so that's my look. Um,
Yeah.
I also Hackett as well. You're right, 100%, Brian Hackett. My God, what a bad job he did in Denver. But and then we're gonna talk about Denver here in a
Ooh.
minute. But
Oh,
Yeah.
the New Era 920,
that's
they did a major change when they were early on. They were using the same material and same everything as the New Era 950s, 5950s, and then that's when they were really bad. Now they have this new design. They went back to the drawing
Yep.
board, the new designs. Man, that is a true dad hat, and I've been a fan.
Yep.
And so,
And you've been saying that for a while now. I mean,
yep.
because have they done anything else with the clasp, or is the clasp still in the same
The
place?
D ring is still in the back.
D ring. Okay.
Yep, D ring is still in the
Yeah.
back.
Have they done something to where it's not as uncomfortable as it used to be, or is it more just
It's
the material?
uncomfortable. I'll say that because like it just gets you there, especially
Yeah.
with someone who has no hair like
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
did it because for a while they had the
No,
casual.
you're just
classic.
making it shine, Ed. You're just making it
Oh, babe.
shine.
Oh, that's right. I do. I got to keep it, like that though. That's why I wear a lot of hats because the sun will kill me
Yep.
on this thing, on this noggin. But they came up with the casual classic version, which has the clasp on the side as well, right? So
Great Lakes has a few of those.
Yep,
Great Lakes
exactly.
Moons.
5950 low pros. That's what I would go with. I don't go for the high profiles.
See,
I go for the low profile.
and see, and I'm not a huge fan of the
low
low pros.
profile can get it. Like
It's the low profile, baby.
This is my regular Fireflies 5950, and it's a low profile. I like that because it has a little bit of a curve to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they come with a little bit of a natural curve, those low pros. If I can only get it in the low pro and I love and it's a logo I can't get in any other way, then I'll get it. Like I have a Brevard County Manatees batting practice hat that's low pro.
Still looking for that one.
Yeah. And so because I can only get it in that way, I just went ahead and had the low pro because for a few years there, though the batting practice hats only came in low profile or in low crown as they called it at the time. So some of them you have to get that way or it was very hard to find them in the normal profile.
Yeah.
So for a few years there around 2010 or so. So sometimes you have to go for it if that's the only way you can find it.
No Velcro. I'm with you on the Velcro. I don't do the Velcro. I do have a couple of running hats that are Velcro just because there's no other option on that.
Yep.
But those are running hats. So that's different. I don't use that, other than that, what I used to use a lot when I had hair, and this was like 1,000 years ago, visors.
Running hat.
Yeah, just like that. I have a couple of running hats just like that.
If anyone ever thought they'd see me wearing this, but it's amazing how often I wear this because I go walking or running. It's like, this does not look like something I would normally wear, but it works.
By the way, and I'm going to be making a video later, but look at this thing.
Ooh,
that's nice.
Look at that thing. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
And then.
Ooh, I believe
I got that one when that first came out. I like that one.
I believe I have a very similar looking hat, my friend.
We all three of us do.
I think all three of us have that one. Yeah.
That's another company, right? Official League, right?
Official League is a great
they're doing their thing. They're
doing a lot of different styles between the corduroy and they have some sort of dad hats and
they have some dad hats.
I mean, they're getting a lot of variations.
And they've even moved into this because for a while, the only thing I was going to say is that I wish they would get a few more structured hats. But now that they've started becoming like obviously for the pickles and for other teams, but they've started making some structured hats as well, which are really nice. Cleburne comes to mind. They just landed their first English Premier League team or like English League.
They have Bayern Munich already too.
They do. And they have Huddersfield Town, which is a former English Premier League team. Now they're in the championship. So they're really moving. And the Trailblazers, they're making apparel for them. So
dude, Portland Trailblazers, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're doing something that not a lot of companies like. They started really low, and then all of a sudden, boom, took off.
Oh, Yeah, and they make stuff for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga as well. I mean, so they're doing big things. So good for them.
You know what? You just gave me an idea. I might just bust out like our head silhouettes and put it on a Three Stooges with hats. So I might just do that.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah. So like I said though, right? They go more for the style, right, of things, right? Fashion, which I'm okay with. Doing fashion with hats and sports, totally cool with that.
Yeah.
So there's a time and place for all of that stuff. So I have 2 official league hats already, right? I got the Venados of the Mexican League, and now I have this one.
That's
I
one
curved
more
this one as well. I curved it as well.
I have both of those that you just talked about, along with I've got the Otterbots and Kingsport Axemen. From them, I've got I got a nice Yankees hat they did too.
Okay, all right. Look at you doing your thing. He's about to go get it.
Phil, we're talking soccer now. What's next? Tennis?
No, Phil. I already told him that there's no tennis here. We don't do tennis in this.
15 love. We're done.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice one. That's different, right?
Yeah, I like that. It's a corduroy.
Which one is that?
This is the Yankees.
Oh, is that?
They did
that's MLB Paint. That's MLB Paint.
Yeah, MLB Paint. Yeah, the MLB Paint series.
Yeah.
The Yankees hat. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I like that one. That is nice.
It's got the corduroy strap instead of the leather strap on the back.
Oh, really?
I never saw it. Yeah, and I never saw an MLB. I never saw an MLB Paint version of the Blue Jays, or else I would have gotten that.
Yeah, I think they only did. There's only 3 or 4 different ones.
They only did the major. They only did the major teams, right, Donnie? You don't do a small
$5. Us big spenders
team like the Blue Jays. You don't do a small team like the Blue Jays.
Major market. We call it major market.
We are old enough. We are pickleball age. Too old for tennis. 100%. I'm there with you. Did official league ever announce the winner of the pickle logo? They have not. Nope. I actually reached out to them. Nothing yet. They're still deciding and still talking about that. That's a cool hat, Donnie. Lynn says so. There it is.
Of course, it's the mayor.
Right.
And listen, if Lynn Smith says it's cool, I mean, there's no more debate. It's done.
Done. So, over with.
Yeah, I mean, if Lynn Smith says it, it shall be true. So,
boom, boom, boom.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right, boys. So that's enough talk of that one. It's just crazy talk because we got a couple of things that we got to talk about. Like, I don't know, picking some games here for the NFL. But I wanted to first start, transition into what is absolutely a hot mess of going on in Denver right now. Like, from everything that I've heard, it's been an absolute disaster.
Well, they pretty much have their out now. So, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of being built into a contract to start with. If you don't pass a physical, we owe you extra money. Why would you do that? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. And they basically have been wanting to get rid of him. Then they got good. And then they've had this little stretch here. They went 1-3 in the last 4 games. And it's like, yeah, we don't want you to get hurt and collect an extra $37 million because you're hurt, which is the dumbest thing in a contract. We're just going to sit you, and they're probably going to cut him.
Well, here's the thing, though. March. They asked to renegotiate his contract.
Yeah,
redo his contract, and then he goes, "No, we good."
Yeah,
exactly. Why would he do that?
That's the dumbest thing you could ever ask somebody. Hey, we need you to do that because you're also going to be leaving at the end of the year. Nah, baby, you ain't doing that.
Yeah, because they're trying to avoid an $80 million cap hit. So
right,
but that's on them.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Management.
I know, but that's exactly why they asked, though. Because
34-14, by the way, 34-14, baby.
Hey, but that's exactly why they asked him, is because they did such a poor job of structuring his contract and giving into all of his demands, because he had so much leverage at the time that he had negotiated that contract, that now it's going to be an $80 million cap hit if they want to get rid of him. And that's and they don't have the draft capital to really replace him. So I'm going to stop talking so we can watch the Browns and the Jets.
Well, I just realized I was way behind. So
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, because this the half is almost over.
Oh man, look at
yeah, I
this.
just reset
Oh.
mine because you were talking about 14 points and I wasn't seeing it. So
So there you go. There's that's where it is right now. Miles Garrett is an absolute animal. I just want you to know that dude is just scary as all get out. So
Man, I can't wait for Aaron Rodgers to return for like one game this season. Oh wait.
so there you go. There's a little bit of that. I just wanted to give you a little bit. But yeah, look, getting back to Denver, right? I mean, if I'm Russell, Russell's like, baby, I'm gonna get paid. Okay,
right.
go ahead. I will ride the bench,
Yeah.
making $37 million a year,
Yeah.
baby. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do you, boo?
Give him-
We're not going anywhere.
Listen, for what he did in Seattle alone, he like whether you like that he got that money or not, they
He
gave him
earned
the
it.
money. That's on them.
Yeah.
He earned it.
Yeah.
So yeah, get that money. And you don't have to give in to their demands. They're the ones that gave it to you.
What was it that we were talking about? Like you're only as worth as much as you get paid, right?
Yeah.
If they're
this
willing to pay you, that's
And
on
this
them.
is his last big contract that he's in. So you should earn it off as much of that as has been guaranteed to you.
Yep.
So make
Well,
them
there's a
pay
lot
it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams too that they'll
gonna
take
pay-
him
he's
next
gonna get
year.
yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I
I'm
mean-
sure there's teams that are like, go ahead and cut him, and
Yeah.
he will be signed. If you cut him in March, he'll be signed by June.
Well,
Listen,
yeah,
somebody.
I can
He
think
won't
of a
be
couple
signed-
teams already. Can
yeah.
think of a
He won't be
couple
signed at
teams.
that level that he is now, but they can get him at a discount. He's still a quarterback that can play in this league.
Yeah.
I can give you the Patriots, the Falcons, the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? You have I'm gonna put the Giants there, the Saints. No, the Panthers already have their quarterback.
Hmm.
They should look somebody else. Steelers, maybe. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So
I'll give you one.
what?
The Rams.
Ooh.
You put him on the Rams with McVay, and that might be a solid third act for Russ right there. He stays West Coast. He's in Los Angeles. His wife's going to love that. And he's way better than Stafford.
Yeah. And if he went to Atlanta, all he'd have to do is hand the ball off since they're such a run heavy offense now, even though they've used two of their last three top draft picks on wide receivers and a wide receiver and a tight end, yet they don't use them. So I don't know what Drake.
I could see
I don't know
Atlanta
what Drake
too.
London and Kyle Pitts are doing in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. I see Atlanta. I see Atlanta.
Atlanta,
doing that.
Atlanta could be a good fit too. You're right.
Yeah.
He's going to play no matter what.
Be back at the University of Wisconsin.
Russell Wilson is going to get paid, and you know who else is going to get paid? No takers.
Joe Flacco.
Baker Mayfield.
Let me also show off. Speaking of Baker Mayfield, let me show off the Baker special that I got.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was not part of the bet officially, but since I've been talking trash about Baker and Ed Rivera has this love affair with him, then
I'm a second chances kind of guy.
Yeah.
I believe in second chances, baby. I'm cool with it.
Once Cleveland, always Cleveland.
As long as it's not Cleveland. I believe in second chances somewhere else.
Well, no, you're like once Cleveland, always Cleveland.
Ooh, Kirk Cousins.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You see, that's an interesting scenario that's going on in Minnesota.
Yeah. Is Josh Dobbs just a healthy scratch, or is he still injured? Because they dropped because Dobbs was playing, and then they went to the other guy, and now they're playing someone else this weekend.
Yeah, I think he's still injured from.
Okay. I was asking out of ignorance, but I know that they're going. The one that replaced him is not going to be playing this weekend. So
no.
Yeah, which I don't blame them, but this is like their fourth quarterback this season, which they can only hope to have.
Was that Mullins? Was it Mullins?
Yes, Hayden Mullins.
Yeah,
Hayden Mullins.
Dobbs is third on the depth chart.
Wow.
Eric, is he still injured or no?
I thought he was a healthy scratch, or he was
I
just
think
not.
I think they're going to bring Kirk Cousins back though.
I think so too. I think
Kevin
so
O'Connell
too.
likes. I think he likes Kirk, and he runs the offense well. They just need some other pieces.
Are they going to franchise tag him?
They could.
They could. He's going to be getting paid a lot of money if
Well,
they franchise tag him.
And Kirk Cousins has been through that before. He got franchised when he was in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, dude's made money. His money's not his problem. So as long as he wants to be there.
See, this is what I don't get. He's not injured. He came in and did an absolute wonderful job. You got trigger happy, and you benched him to the third string. I don't get that.
Yeah, he had that one bad game, and that wasn't all his fault, but he did not play good a few weeks ago, and it was just like all of a sudden.
The team played like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Erica, when I say this, no offense, but it's like it's not Dobbs' fault. I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying this about your team. It's not Dobbs' fault that he doesn't have a lot of talent around him, and what talent there is injured. So it's so I feel bad for Josh Dobbs in that scenario.
100%.
That's what it was. It's Jaron Hall. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the
all
one.
right. So
maybe they just want to see if that guy's worth keeping next year or something. That's why they want to run him through some games and see.
So I wanted to show you really quick
not...
right now the standings of what is going on in the NFL right now. So the American Football Conference, the AFC.
Look at that beautiful horseshoe up there at 7.
7. You holding strong, right, baby? I need you to hold strong this week, okay? I believe in you.
With the horrible schedule that we have left, if we don't get in, it's our fault.
True story. Baltimore, they win and lock up the number 1 seed, and they're playing Miami. That's going to be a good game, right? So you got Miami's already clinched. Kansas City, who the hell knows what's going on over there? Jacksonville, another team that no one knows what the hell is going on, but they're ahead in the division. Cleveland wins today. They're in. That's it. They're winning in. Then you got Buffalo Bills, who a couple of weeks ago everybody was saying that they're done and over with, and all they've been doing ever since then is been winning and winning dominantly. And then of course you got your Indianapolis Colts right there at number 7. So you got a couple of teams that are still like there's like there's 4 teams that are 8 and 7: Indy, Houston, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
We still have to get Ed an Indianapolis Colts hat.
I'm just saying, they haven't. I can't buy anything if you're not going to win.
Why do you have so many Browns hats?
True story. Or Cleveland. Cleveland just in overall.
Well, the thing is, you can come back to me now and say, "Well, we got a better record than the Colts," and you'd be right. So.
You do, but you won a Super Bowl. We haven't.
Wow.
We've won championships, not Super Bowl. Yeah. See, I get you. I know how to put myself down real good.
Oh, I know how to put myself down too. That's my specialty. I root for a lot of bad teams or underperforming teams.
Don't we all? All right. So we also have the San Francisco 49ers at 1, Philadelphia Eagles at 2, Lions, baby. They won. They won the division. So happy for them.
Congratulations to them.
Buccaneers ahead. Dallas Cowboys at 10-5 and in 5th spot, and so they're traveling. It's funny. I heard this and it would not be able to. I couldn't compute about this. That like they sounded so defeated when they lost, and they said, "Looks like we're going to be traveling in the for the playoffs." Like they've already like relegated themselves to being a wild card team. Like I don't get this.
It's not done yet. It's not done yet.
I don't get this team. So, like they can still, if they win out, Philly could lose, right? Because they haven't been that good either. They could potentially be up in the division.
The Cardinals beat the Cowboys. Doesn't mean that the Cardinals can't beat the Eagles.
Probably not, but
probably not. But I mean, the Cardinals put a whooping on the Cowboys earlier this season. So, and who saw that coming?
Yep.
I didn't.
Brock Purdy's gonna get paid, guys. Brock Purdy's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get his money. Don't worry.
All righty. So okay, so let's talk a little bit of what's going on right now with the teams here. Okay, I'm busting out my little paper notepad here to get our games going. But Browns, the 3 of us on Tuesday, we picked the Browns to win. So far, they're holding on to that lead, 34-17. The Jets just got a field goal right before at the end. So not bad at all. Okay, and then so let's talk about this great game here, right? You have the Lions visiting Dallas, and it's a It's a 8:15 Saturday game. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
You got Dallas 5.5 favorite. You know, you see the over under on that 52.5.
Ooh.
So, all right, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to start with Patrick. You're up first.
I think I'm going to go the Lions on this one. I like I know the Cowboys are undefeated at home, but I don't know. I like this Lions team, and I may come to regret this pick, but I don't know. I'm just going to get on the Lions train and and just go with them.
Clinton Lumber Kings GM just resigned up to 25 years.
Ooh.
Interesting what's going on over there.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're gonna have to look into that some more.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brett. All right, Donnie, you're up.
I agree with Patrick. I was going to go Lions as well. I mean, Cowboys have been undefeated at home this year. That's probably why the line is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think this is their first home loss. I think Lions are going to go in there. They're pumped right now, and I don't know. I think the Lions are going to go in there and take it.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I figured you might go that way.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, and here's why. Detroit can't do much better than what they're doing right now. They're not gonna have the best record, right? They might rest some other players to get ready for the playoffs. They already won the division. They don't need it. Dallas is the one that needs the help. They should be a little bit more motivated, like you said. They're undefeated at home. I don't see Dallas losing too much. I could be wrong, but I got Dallas.
Yeah. My counter to that, though, is I don't think a Dan Campbell coach football team is ever going to take a day off.
True story. That's true.
So that's true. That's why I respect your point and I see it. But I think that's probably why I went with the Lions, is that Dan Campbell is going to demand that his team plays.
I think he's not going to let them get off the gas going into the playoffs, because that for a team like that hasn't been there and hasn't done it yet, the last thing they need is to start slowing down and taking a rest and then getting knocked off.
Yep.
And I think he also wants to prove that they can beat somebody. Not that the Cowboys are necessarily somebody, but the perception is that they are. And the
storyline of them demoralizing the team.
Yeah, to go into Dallas and win that game, getting here at the end of the season, heading into the playoffs, and you just go in there and knock off Dallas and Dallas. I mean, that storyline is all about what they want to do.
That would be so good, though.
It's proving they belong there, I think, is part of it, too.
Listen, I'm not – I could be convinced otherwise, but I'm going to stick with Dallas for now. But, I've been saying it all year. Dallas are more pretenders than they are contenders.
Yeah.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been proven to be right. They're not they're they're 10-5, but they're not a team that looks like they're a 10-5 team.
Right.
Yeah. And they're a team that depends on playing at home. I mean, 7 of their 10 wins are at home. So
what does that say about the road? They have to travel now,
which plays right into your point about the danger of them being a wild card team. They've not proven that they can win consistently on the road.
Yep.
So their journey through the playoffs depends on them playing home games.
You're right. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So we got the Patriots and the Bills. Buffalo is a 13-point favorite. The over-under is 40.5. Bills are 6-2 at home. Patriots are not good on the road. So I find this one very interesting. I think the Bills will pull it off, right? They're another team that we're talking about, right? They don't want to let the foot off the gas. I think that they need to stay consistent. They need to play better. They need to keep playing in order to stay in that division in the wild card. So I got Buffalo.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say the Patriots have actually been surprisingly good the last few weeks.
Weird, right?
Very weird. I did not see this coming. And in fact, I said something to one of my friends who lives up that direction and known since elementary school. He's a Patriots fan, and I said, "Man, Bill's messing up their draft status." And he's like, "Bill's never cared for first round draft picks." I said, "Yeah, but he's not going to be there next year." And
I was just gonna say he's not
pissed.
gonna be there.
Somebody else is going to be pissed.
He's the one that's gonna. Nobody's gonna. He's not picking the next player.
Exactly. So, but I think Buffalo, they're in that mode too, where they've monkeyed around a little bit too much and lost some games they shouldn't have, and they can't afford to be losing right now. And it's a home game. I think they're going to win. They probably will win pretty close to that line as well, if it's not 2 touchdowns or more.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bills as well. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than maybe the line suggests it's going to be. I think divisional games tend to be, and
I never look. I said the over under, but I never pay attention to it when it's a divisional game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think that the Bills play down to their competition too, like so many teams do this season. I mean, they should. I mean, on paper they should blow the Patriots out of the water, but they never do.
Yeah.
I mean, like barring the game, I remember earlier this season when they blew out Miami. That's not the way Buffalo's been playing this season. Their offense has been very up and down and very inconsistent. But I do think they're going to do enough to beat the Patriots. So Bills for me.
All right. How about this one? Bears and Falcons, right? Bears could be the one team that could be in there disrupting the chances for Atlanta to have at least a slimmer of a hope of making the playoffs. And, so I mean, I really like this. Justin Fields has been playing a whole lot better. It's an even game because, again, look, we've been talking about this football season. Chicago's getting that 3 points, but they're playing at home. So, I mean, it's automatically they're going to get that point. I got the Bears.
Yeah, I've got the Bears too because of the fact they're playing at home. The fact that Atlanta plays in a dome or in a retractable roof stadium, to be honest with you, but more often than not, they play indoors more often than not. And and it's going to be close to freezing in Chicago this weekend. So it's maybe not the classic frozen games that we're used to in this time of year in Chicago, but still it's going to be, I think, around 33, 32 degrees, something around that time.
So, hey,
and that makes
by
a big
the lake.
That makes a big difference.
Lake effect is no joke.
And the Falcons don't travel well in those kind of conditions. When you're playing in Atlanta doesn't play well in that climate. So, and the Bears have proven they can that they can spring a couple upsets.
Another quarterback.
What version of the Falcons are we going to get?
Another quarterback too that's looking to get either a contract extension with Chicago or somewhere else. So he needs to play better field. So
and what Falcons are we going to get? Are we going to beat the ones that dismantled the Colts, or are we going to get the ones that lost to the Panthers? No offense, Mayor.
No, none taken.
Yeah. So I mean, the Falcons are another one of those, like so many teams across the NFL, woefully inconsistent. So,
Phil, you're 100% right. That is jogging weather. It's wonderful weather. Donnie, what you got, baby?
Well, I'm playing off of that inconsistency factor. I'm actually going to take the Falcons. I don't know that I 100% believe they're going to win this game. I think this is one of those games that they'll win because no one expects them to win.
True.
That's a good call.
It's going to be a ground game kind of game for both of them anyway. I mean, Falcons run the ball pretty much all the time.
Yep.
That's all they do.
Yeah. I think this is one of those that they could show up and win. It's not going to probably even be a high scoring game either. I'm just going to take the Falcons just because I think this is one of those goofy games where
anything can go.
Anything can go. I agree with you. Justin Fields has been playing a lot better. This is one of those things that it's just going to be a weird one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I respect the loyalty to the division too, Mayor.
Well, that's nothing really to do with it, but
you'd rather see Atlanta lose, though.
I'd rather see Atlanta lose.
But he knows that's not good for politics. So, I mean, the mayor plays both sides. So, that's something we have to remember. I mean, he is very mayoral. So he's he's got supporters in Atlanta, in Charlotte, and Columbia, and everywhere. So
he does. He does.
Hey, I might even have to break out my Walter Payton jersey to watch this game or something. I don't know.
Ooh, there we go.
That's
Love
what I'm
that.
talking about. Are you gonna get out the bandana too?
I don't have that. So
All right, boys. Okay. Colts Raiders.
Ooh,
the
Colts are
the
3.5.
Raiders,
Right.
Raiders.
the Las Vegas Raiders.
This is you know what? Take it over, Patrick. Go for it.
Well, this is that blind loyalty that I have that probably is going to come back and bite me and put me in last place again. But this is a game, even though the Colts have not been very good at home, this is a game they absolutely have to win. I'm thinking maybe there's a little bit of Minshew mania that's left in this Colts season, and heck with it. I'm going Colts.
Okay.
I'm taking Colts home, but the Raiders could very easily win this one. I mean, the Raiders.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, I'd caucus for the mayor too, Lynn. We can wear our Iowa caucus hats and go and caucus for the mayor.
I like it. I'll join you.
Fantastic.
The
wise choice.
I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to think. I think this is the same situation as the previous game. I think this is one of those where the Raiders could go in there. I do believe the Colts should win this game. They need to win this game. It's just one of those weird feelings that, unfortunately, I think the Raiders are going to win it. But I don't want them to win it, but I think they're going to win it.
It's okay. The dagger in the heart. There's no more pain anymore because I'm used to it. Because both of you get either side every single week. So so it's okay. Really.
Okay.
Well, and the way this season's going, you don't have to pick the Panthers. It's not going to bother me at this point. So maybe next year.
The Panthers.
Just playoff implications, but that's okay. Just pick the Raiders.
Again, it's just one of those things. I mean, the Raiders are horrible away. The Colts are horrible at home.
Yeah.
They both don't have a great record. They're middle of the road records. It's just, again, it's one of those fluky games that the Colts shouldn't lose.
Indy needs this one.
Yeah.
They do. I
think
something weird.
A 7 spot.
I just think something weird's going to happen with the Raiders to win this game. I don't know
Give
why
us our
it just does.
Give us our 7 spot, Donnie. That's all we want.
The Raiders are looking for a spoiler, and they're looking to solidify Pierce as I think the players are looking to solidify Pierce as their coach, and I think they're going to fight their ass off to win this game.
Yep.
Yeah, they're certainly playing harder than they did for McDaniels. But do we even have to ask Ed which way he's going? Because we know he ain't picking the Colts.
Actually, I was leaning towards the Colts.
Oh,
and so here's why. And this is just purely because I just don't want to see the other teams to make it below it. You know what I mean? Rhonda's with you.
I knew she was Rhonda when I picked against you. She's gonna thump me in the head when I go in the other room.
This is Rhonda. This is why Rhonda's my favorite wise.
So there it is.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with the Colts. The Colts need this game in order to stay in that 7th spot. They want to make it to the playoffs. I don't know how far they're gonna make it. That's a different story once we get there.
Super Bowl or bust.
I need you to calm down.
Whoa.
Listen, a guy can dream, right?
Pull the reins on that horse there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to slow your roll there, baby.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna go with Indy. I got Indy winning by like maybe 3 points.
Oh, I didn't say it was gonna be a blowout. I was just meaning that I think they can win this game.
I'll say this: if they lose this game, this is the last time I'm ever gonna pick the Colts.
Oh man.
What did the Colts ever do to you?
Not win.
Touche.
I get some money sometimes involved in these things, and then nope, there goes the Colts. So.
Well, but you should be used to this after years of picking the Browns.
I know.
Losing money.
And listen, I rooted for the Colts when they won the Super Bowl with Peyton.
I watched that when I was in London.
Oof, that's nice.
Yeah, that was I got to watch my team win a Super Bowl while I was living in a different country.
Yeah, I'll pick that.
Yeah. I was up at 2 in the morning watching the Super Bowl start.
Wow.
I was up all night.
I love it. All right, boys, Rams and Giants. What do we got?
I'm going LA. I don't think
I'm going I'm going LA as well. I don't think the Giants have much to play for at all. And I'd love to smack that smile off of that stupid agent's face. So, for that reason alone, I will take the Rams.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. He needs to go done and over with this whole agent thing. So
you know what he needs to do? He needs to drop that agent. I'd have Lynn Smith as my agent.
there you
That's
go.
right.
Lynn just knows sports. So I mean, I would have Lynn as my agent in a second.
There we go. All right, boys. Cardinals, Eagles, Battle of the Birds.
Oh man,
Does anybody even think the Cardinals game?
I'm not with Jonathan Gannon as their head coach. I don't. That's my new target, by the way. Jonathan.
Oh,
Gannon.
you got a new target now that you get the other one guy.
Jonathan Gannon.
Okay.
Like how in the world did he get to be a head coach? But
Let's see how many coaches Patrick gets fired before the end of the season with 2 weeks to go.
Hey, listen, with Bidwill, Jonathan Gannon may only get a season.
So here's the thing. Here's what I want you to do, Patrick. Here's your homework for Tuesday.
Okay.
I need you to come up with a list of the coaches that you think that you want fired.
Is this going to be like the Mad Dog? Is this going to be our version of Mad Dog Russo saying what makes him mad every week?
There you go.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Pat's fired up, and which coach is not going to make it?
Yeah, we're just showing a different layer of Patrick here because everybody thinks he's this nasty guy. It's like, but Patrick's like,
he's a jerk.
I bet you sit on that couch and be like, man.
No. So are we gonna do like Stephen A's top 5? Except these are my top 5 hot on the hot seat, and I'm gonna go number 5. Bam, Jonathan Gannon from.
Do it. You know what? I will turn it over to you, and you do as you please, baby.
Well, I won't steal the Stephen A. Bam, but I'm gonna say, let's go.
With it.
Number
Let's go.
5. Let's go.
This segment will be what pisses off the bad boy.
I love it. This is great.
The bad boy hot seat.
The bad boy hot seat. What pisses off the bad boy?
The bad boy hot seat. The bad boy hot seat.
All right. So Donnie, who you got? Eagles, Cardinals?
Oh, yeah, the Eagles all the way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. He's not going to beat that defense that he pretended to coach last year, Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah, so he's done. Yeah, that's done. All right, boys.
Don't
Saints, Buccaneers.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick. I'm jumping on the Baker train. We are going Bucks over Saints, and we're going to let that love affair between Ed Rivera and one Baker Mayfield live on. And Baker's taking it to the house, and the Bucks are going to beat the Saints.
There we go, baby. That's what I want to hear.
Well, this could be that third game that I pick where the road team comes in and wins a game they shouldn't win. But no, I'm going Baker on this one. I'm on Ed's boat this week.
I love it, baby.
Are you on Ed's love boat?
Ed's love boat.
I'm on Ed's love boat.
The Baker Mayfield love boat.
It's okay. Come with me, baby. There's plenty of room in this boat.
Captain Mayfield.
It's okay. It's
Captain
okay.
Mayfield is steering that ship.
I'm with it. I am with it. So oh my God, dude. The Jets just fumbled their ball right there in the 4th and goal, and they couldn't score even a field goal.
I love it when the Jets are the Jets.
Oh,
Me
they're
too.
jetting too, man. They are jetting hard tonight.
Like so good. Thank you, Jesus.
The Jets are very good at just being the Jets.
Well, the Browns just blocked that one.
They blocked that one. He got up there and just totally blocked the heck out of that ball.
Man, look at that. Love it. Here we go, baby. All right, so we got a clean sweep when it comes to the Rams, Philly, Tampa. Let's go. 49ers, Commanders. You guys want to do it a fourth one in a row?
Can we just shout out our picks on 3?
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Let's say 1, 2. Sorry, I like that. 3, 2, 1. 49ers.
Yeah.
I like the countdown. That was
right.
such a tough pick. I had to do a lot of thinking about that one.
All right, here's another tough one, boys. And I'm going to start with you, Mr. Mayor.
Is it though? Really? Is it? Although I will say this, the Jaguars have really been disappointing the last few weeks. I mean,
they've been terrible.
I don't think there's any chance that we can go in there and win this game. But
Trevor Lawrence is still injured.
He is.
Golly.
although Jacksonville is a 6-point favorite, 37.5. So that tells you right there where the line is at 37.5. That means both teams are not good. Somebody's got to, the only thing that has the Jaguars still in the division is that their division is just absolutely garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Panthers haven't won away yet, but the Jaguars have been trash at home like the Colts have been. So,
man. All right, I'm going on the limb. I'm climbing out on the limb. It may break, but I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to. This will be my third game where I'm picking the road team to go in and win a game that they probably should not win.
Okay,
man, you took my joke.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your home team.
I'm gonna take my home team. I shouldn't do it, but yeah, with Trevor being hurt, Jags have been struggling. I don't know. They just keep finding a way to lose games. Panthers may squeak one out here.
Okay.
Oh, well, you beat a team the Colts couldn't beat.
Yeah.
I know that's not much of a compliment. I'm sorry, but I had to give you something.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, he just stabbed you in the back and twisted the knife. With
I
that,
know.
you know?
He did, but there's something. He's using that mayoral charm again. And it's like you can't stay mad at Donnie Wise. I mean, like it's like the guy that goes and kisses babies. It's just you can't stay mad at the guy. I mean, and then he shows you unwavering loyalty with all the Cleveland themed hats he wears every week, and so it's like, man.
That's because he spent some time in Cleveland when he was working, so that's why.
That's right.
But and I've worn a Panthers hat in San Antonio, but I have yet to see a Colts hat on his head.
Well, it's literally my home away from home right now. So
yeah,
literally.
But yet I've never seen a Colts or blue. Well, I take that back. I think I've seen Donnie wear a Blue Jays hat once.
Careful, I've got a couple of Blue Jays. I got the one with the leaf on Canadian leaf on the front. I love that one.
Yeah,
I don't have any Blue Jays hats.
Well, I didn't expect Ed to. I mean, he stuck that hatchet in a long time ago. But
right from the get-go. We're good friends. Still hate your team.
I will say this. I did almost get a Colts hat that they had at Ross, but it was too big. It was a large, extra large.
Man, if it had been a Browns, he would have found a way to make it fit. So
no, he would have shrunk it.
He would have shrunk it. That thing would have gone in the dryer.
All right, Patrick, who you got, baby?
Whoo. This is a tougher one than it should be.
If he picks the Panthers now after all this, I'm gonna really.
I know, right?
I've thought about it. Because I had to pick a wild.
I'm gonna pat him on the back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pat him on the back if he does.
He's like, that wound is still fresh. Nah, honestly, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars at home. I think the Panthers could spring an upset here, but I don't feel confident enough in that to try to make that call. So I'm going to go with Jaguars over the Panthers. Okay. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a close game, though.
I'm going to ride with the Jaguars as well. I think the Jaguars they need this game, right?
They do.
They need this game.
I think that's why, because it's a three-way race right now in the AFC South.
Yeah.
For that division crown. So
that's why I'm picking that. All right, boys. The game of the week is going to be Dolphins Ravens, right? Baltimore's 3.5 favorite, only 3.5, which is something to say, right? They're playing in Baltimore, the number one team against the number 2 team in the AFC, and the Dolphins are 4-3 away. 5-2 at home for, so it's like that not that much of a difference. So this is going to be a good game. You know what? This is going to be a telling game for me when it comes to the Dolphins.
Yep.
Like, how good are the Dolphins?
Yeah.
If they're able to go in there and keep up with the Ravens.
Yeah. Ravens have proven themselves a few times this year. The Dolphins have not quite done it yet.
Right.
So you're right. This is exactly that.
I'm going with Miami because I'm not picking Baltimore.
Right. I knew that. My concern about the Dolphins is exactly what you said, Donnie. Like when they performed poorly, it's usually been in those big games that they need to win. And that's not this season. That rolls back to last season and the season before and seasons before that. So
here's another thing. Miami wins out. They're the number 1 division.
Yeah.
They're the
Well,
number one
I know the
team.
motivation is there, but the execution has not been there for Miami in those big games. Man,
This is a really tough one.
this is a tough pick. What's the over-under on this? 46 and a half?
46 and a half.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The both of you have your thinking hat on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, Lamar,
Brownie, what do I do?
there's games Lamar's
mean,
just
you're
kind of
right.
like
Yeah.
pooped a bit. It's like,
I'm talking to Brownie here. Yes, I know the Ravens left in. Yeah, I know that
Whoa,
that
your
Mardell
robot.
left in the dark of night, but I can't take that into account in picking this game.
Yes, you can.
Oh man! Now that everyone thinks that I'm insane, oof.
I need guys. We're
right.
already past 10:15 here, guys.
I'm going to go Dolphins.
Wow.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to go Dolphins. That's my fourth visitor pick.
I've got to put myself away from the pack. If you're doing that, I'm going Ravens.
Okay.
I think Lamar Jackson's been playing at an MVP level, and
He has.
and so I really was impressed with them, particularly last weekend. So I'm going to ride that. I'm going to ride that hot hand, and I'm going Ravens over Dolphins.
Okay. All right. Titans, Texans. Titans is already out of the playoffs. Texans still they have a shot, right? Because if Indy loses, here comes the Texans. So I got the Texans. CJ Stroud is coming back.
Yeah.
I got Houston.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go. CJ was coming. I was going to say CJ Stroud's coming back, so that makes a huge difference with the Texans. And I think they want to finish strong and see what they can do here. So I'm going Texans.
Okay, Patrick.
So I'm going to go a little different on this one, because CJ Stroud's coming back and he's coming off of a concussion, right? So he's not, it's going to be his first game back. I think there's going to be a little bit of rust, and it's a divisional game. No matter how poor the Titans have been, the Titans-Texans games are always close. So I'm going to take the Titans going in on an upset.
Okay, and I don't see that. Okay.
Did you say I don't see that?
I don't see that, but it's okay though.
Well, I got to pick something different.
I get you, baby. I got you. All right, Steelers and Seahawks. Both teams playing for their playoff lives.
Is Geno Beck starting this game?
I believe.
Don't know.
I want to say because in that Monday night game that he didn't play, I thought he was like about a week or two away from coming back.
I got Seattle. I think there's a lot of things going on in Pittsburgh right now. There's too many storylines that are not what I want to hear out of every consistent good team that has been good for so long. They're talking about they want Tomlin gone. I mean, that is the most asinine thing that could ever hear.
That's the biggest mistake they could make.
So I'm going Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks as well. Lumen Field can get loud. So I think that, and I don't think who plays over Kenny Pickett again? Who are the Steelers playing as the quarterback this week?
Mason Rudolph.
What, he hadn't played before last weekend? He hadn't played since like 2017 as a starter. Isn't that when he got in a fight with Myles Garrett and Myles Garrett walloped him?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Because Myles Garrett is that dude.
Myles Garrett is that dude.
Myles Garrett.
You don't mess around, like why would you even mess around with that kind of dude right there? Like that dude is a freak of nature.
Yeah, and then the only thing that might be harder than Myles Garrett is his helmet.
True story.
Yeah, maybe that's just my Browns. Maybe that's my Browns fandom talking at the moment.
I like it. I'm okay with this. Totally okay with this. All right, Donnie, who you got?
Oh man,
he's gonna go with Pittsburgh.
He is. There's something about that road team going in when they shouldn't win, and he's going to make it a quadruple.
Man, Geno's playing though. If Geno's playing, Seahawks should win it. But you know what? I'm just going to stay on this train. I'm going to go Steelers.
Okay.
I'm gonna ride this train this weekend.
I think that Donnie feels so bad for me that I finish last every week that he's trying to help. Like, give you
that's what it is.
I'm doing the Costanza. I'm going opposite of what I would normally do.
Well said.
Hey, got to see if something else works.
So what you're telling me is that, Steelers are on the road, yada, yada. They could win, yada, yada.
Yada,
Yada, yada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. Let's stay in the West Coast. Chargers, Broncos. Denver's, I guess, somehow is a 3.5 point favorite. Chargers, honestly, whoever wins, no one wins. The fans lose in this one.
fans lose.
That being said, I got the Broncos winning by maybe 1 point. So I got Denver on this one.
I've got Denver too, because every time I pick the Chargers, they screw me over. So, in a very, very close game, and the fact that they don't have Justin Herbert for the rest of the season,
Yep.
makes a big difference to me with that offense. So, and I think Jared Stidham is probably going to have a point to prove that this benching isn't the worst decision for Denver to make. So, I picked Denver in a very close game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos as well. I can't go the Chargers coming in there to win that game, especially without Herbert.
I'm gonna make this comment, but and hopefully it doesn't happen. But watch the quarterback play for Denver. Something happens to the quarterback, injury or just playing absolutely bad. Here comes
Wilson.
Yep. So just putting it out there.
Yep.
Yeah. Watch Peyton's face. Peyton may go and suit up himself before he lets Russell Wilson back out there.
That was a true story. All right, boys. 2 more games. Bengals going to Kansas City. Kansas City has been fluttering, although the Bengals just got walloped by the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. So, I mean, this could go both ways. I don't see the Chiefs, slumping that bad. I think this is the week that they get it right, and I think Kansas City pulls it off.
Pat Mahomes has run out of people to blame, so he probably knows that he needs to do it himself this time. So, yeah, I can see the Chiefs at home taking care of the Bengals, a Joe Burrow-less Bengals.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but I think the Chiefs win in a close game.
And they need to get it together because that wide receiving core during the playoffs is gonna be scary for the Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Kadarius Toney just needs to be cut.
He needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to line up on side.
Send them to the XFL, USFL merger teams.
Yeah. Well, he needs to learn how to line up on side to start with on a basic offensive scheme.
I think this is the game where he has a big play.
You think
I
so?
think he has. I think for whatever reason, it's going to be one of those weird things. I think Tony's going to have like a, I guess, going to be a
5-yard gain. Good for him.
I think he's going to have like a big touchdown play because nobody's expecting him to do anything. I think Mahomes is. Yeah, you're right. He's run out of.
It's going to be a first and goal on the 5, and he's going to catch a 5-yard pass. You're right.
Oh, I think this is going to be like one of those 70, 80-yard plays he's going to be part of.
I say about 20-25.
Okay, so I owe you a bet, Donnie. If Kadarius Toney gets a 70 or 80-yard passing play, I will buy you a hat.
Oh, okay. And if he doesn't, what do I have to do? Buy you one?
No,
because I'm not that sold.
Fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
All right.
I can't. That would not be a fair bet.
Okay.
But if he comes up with some big play that we both agree is a big play, I'm good for it.
Okay. All right.
This is going to be interesting.
But yeah, the Chiefs are going to take this game. They need this game. They've been the butt of a lot of stuff lately, and
deservingly so.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen now? Kadarius Toney's going to have like a 200-yard receiving game. And
I was just going to say, watch him have a big game.
And I'm going to get a screenshot of a cart from one Mr. Mayor saying, I hope you're ready to pay because I got my cart ready.
And I've got till about 7:30 on Sunday
to make your picks.
to figure out what I want. So.
Yep, that's right.
All right, boys. Right. Packers, Vikings.
Oh.
And you know what? I took it up, but here I want to show you. Because I want to show you guys the over under, who's favored. Look at that. 1 point. Minnesota's favored by 1 point.
Man, that shows you how dreadful both teams have been. Is Matt LaFleur on the hot seat, by the way? Does anyone think that he's on the hot seat, or is he good?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, The Packers are 3-5 on the road, and the Vikings are 2-5 at home, and they're both 7-8. So this is just one of those toss-up games, right here.
Yeah, it could be.
The
Vikings get the edge at home, right? That's why the line is putting them up by 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Love and the Packers on this one. Another one going in there and taking it.
I think because of the fact that Eric Prophet is an influencer and he's probably influencing my pick here. I'm going to go with Prophet's Packers in a very close game.
EP over EL. Is this an EP over EL pick? Eric Prophet over Eric Lichtenberg?
Well, I'm never ever going to say that because Eric Lichtenberg is an absolute legend.
Oh, I know, but this is
and I want to put this on the record. I love Eric Lichtenberg and he is a legend. I would not have a logo without that man. So,
true story.
So
this is the game that the two of them need to have a bet on because that's such an even match game. They need a hat bet on this one.
They should.
They do.
Eric Lichtenberg and Eric Prophet need to have a bet on this game.
I'm gonna try to make this happen.
See if you can influence that one there, Patrick.
Well, I'm not nearly the level of influencer that you two are, but I'm gonna try with whatever limited influence I have. I'm gonna try.
All right, boys. I need your over under.
Oh, I don't like the over-unders this week. Of course, I know nothing about them either. So,
well, they're all so.
I'm gonna go with an easy one while you guys decide.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Cowboys Lions. The over/under is 52. I'm gonna go with the under
for the Lions Cowboys.
Yep.
I'm going to take the under on Panthers Jaguars. It's 37.5. I'm
going under. I'm going under on Raiders Colts at 42.5. I'm going to take the under on that.
Which one you said? Patriot. Which one? Raiders Colts.
For me, yes. I'm probably going to regret it because I should be taking Lynn Smith's advice. And if I finished last because I didn't take Lynn Smith's sage-like advice, that's on me.
Yeah, I'll take ESP pig head from EL. Look at that. Eric P just already boom. There it is. We just need Eric Lichtenberg to go ahead and let us know on this one.
We're gonna have to put this out on the TL and
I like it
and see what happens. And yes, for those that heard me right, if one Kadarius Toney has of course this isn't a really clear bet, a big game, and no, I don't mean like he gets one reception for 5 yards is a big game. A legit big game.
A legit. Well, I really just I was really like one play, but I'll take an overall big game too. But yeah, I just think this is one of those that somehow, some way they're gonna find 50+ yard pass play to him.
And it's going to flip and happen because I opened my big mouth, and it's going to happen now because I never win.
This is a recorded show. Just want you to know there is evidence.
But I'm also a man of my word, and I would never try to denigrate the good name of the mayor by going back on my bet. I'm an honorable man.
Yes, you are. You are that.
I mean, evidence right here. I bought a Browns hat.
I had my Colts hat ready to go. I had my Colts hat.
He buys every other hat, every other dad hat out there, but he doesn't buy a Colts hat, even though he found some on sale.
No, not yet. I mean, because there's other minor league baseball hats. It's my slogan: support the minor leagues, baby. So
you can also support the minor teams. It's not like the Colts.
Are you calling your team the minor team?
Listen, based on the last few years, they're playing like it.
True, so, they have been pretty bad.
So, yeah, I mean, now success-wise, they've had one of the better records in the 21st century. But as far as overall record, they've had quite the record of success. Only thanks to Peyton Manning and a little bit of Andrew Luck. So mainly Peyton Manning. So, yeah.
All right.
Have Ryan Leaf.
We are at 10 and 10:30 here. Patrick, what you got going on for you, my friend?
So this week we have the Hat History series is on the normal corn belters, and again, not a lot of hats this week, but a little bit of history that I hope you guys have enjoyed, and
It's
hope
been
you
good
enjoyed
so
the change
far.
of location. And if you don't know, it's a good one this week because some people don't know about the corn belter, so be sure to go check it out. They're in the Prospect League, and they run their own collegiate summer league known as the Colonels Collegiate League. So that's a little thing to remember. So
I just
some
wish
of
they
our
had
community
dad hats.
members- you what?
I just wish they had dad hats.
I wish they put more of their game hats back online, but they haven't done that since 2019. So I'm gonna have to make a call next summer to see if I can try to get a more updated one. But be sure to check it out. Thank you for all the support, and just look forward to more. I would just ask for your support going into 2024, and just really appreciate this community.
It's our last show of the year, guys.
Woo.
Last show of the year.
Yeah,
Man, time flying by when you're having fun, huh?
It is indeed.
Wow.
And this shows, and we appreciate the people that are in the comments that are
Yeah, I
keep
appreciate you
joining
guys
us every
supporting this
Tuesday and
because
Thursday.
yeah, I mean, I remember when I started this, it was like supposed to be on AMP, and then AMP pulled the rug from under me. Like, oh, by the way, we're just gonna go ahead and turn off the whole thing. I'm like,
No, it's
come
because we
on.
got so big so fast that AMP couldn't, that AMP had to shut down because they couldn't handle the bandwidth.
But I was
And
having so
then
much fun with that thing too. It was so much fun.
and then Podbean couldn't handle the beanstalk that grew up known as the DHC Sports Show. So you had to move it to StreamYard and to YouTube and to other streaming platforms.
Which, by the way, if people want to watch the show now on Twitter, you can comment on Twitter now, right? So
yes,
that you're not allowed to now. You're allowed to do comments just like if you were on YouTube or if you were on Facebook, right? Because those are the three main ones that I use, right? You can do that. So I mean, that's another. I wish they could up it to 4 so I can put the Instagram channel and then poof. But that's for another time. For me this week, nothing. Just finally kind of getting my voice back. Right. Next week we'll be back with one more the finishing the episode with Zach Rabb. I got an architect next week as well. Next year during bowls. So I got some things in the work. What I'm doing this year is going to be 2024 is going to be good, right? Something Palooza's coming as well.
Yep.
Right.
Indeed.
Corporate Media Meetup here in North Carolina.
Lots of good stuff.
Coming.
Yep.
Lots of good stuff this year, baseball related. So, guys, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Be safe. We will see you guys. Oh, wait, Mayor, what you got going on?
I'm still laying low this weekend. Not a whole lot of stuff going on. I am a couple things. I'm going out to River Rat Brewing tomorrow night. They are shutting the doors after 10 years this weekend. Really hating it. They actually are the ones that brewed the luminescent lager for the Fireflies. And so that's going to go away as well, which is kind of sad. And
that was a good beer.
Yeah. So we're going to go out there and send them off. And then Sunday, actually, Rhonda and I are going down to the State Museum. She's been wanting to go to the planetarium and see the Northern Lights thing that they've got going on down there. And then in addition to that, we're going to see an exhibit for the 521 All-Stars, which is a exhibition highlighting the 521 All-Star team out of Rembert, South Carolina. There was a black baseball team going back to the 20s.
Nice.
And so it's all about community and baseball in a segregated South and everything before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. So I'm looking forward to going and checking that exhibit out.
That's pretty cool. I love that.
And can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Another thing that doesn't get a lot of probably as much attention as it deserves is Donnie's off to work hats they shows off every
For real.
Because I mean, if you haven't checked out Donnie's account for that with all the hats that he shows
100% you should look at it.
Please go and check that out because it's always cool to see where Donnie's going and what he's wearing, and he always brings a bevy of hats with them, and you never know what he's going to be wearing. It may be sports, it may not be, it may be a brewery, it may be he sports so many different people's different sports teams and people's endeavors and everything else. So make sure to check out Donnie's page for
You should change
all the
your name
off the work
to-
stuff and just follow him. But, just all the off the work stuff that he does. It's really good content.
Eric is asking some.
Okay. All right. I'll check the stores and see if anybody's got any of that, or if they've got any at the brewery when I go down there tomorrow, and see if I can't score some of that to get to you guys.
My suggestion for the new year is that Donnie changes his Twitter handle and Instagram and all that to the mayor.
The mayor. The mayor.
That's one of my wishes right there.
Okay. I'll see what I can do on
every time he
that.
goes to a new city, he has to sit in the mayor's office chair.
There you go.
The mayor is currently in Cleveland.
The mayor, and then I'm the mayor, ... wherever I go.
Exactly.
Well,
there you go.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, and
Don Hattingly.
I like that. That's a good
I
one.
like that.
The off to work series will be back on Tuesday. I have to work on Tuesday here before I head back to Ohio on Wednesday. And yes, I've tried to start throwing in some of my brewery hats on Thursday. I have some other non-baseball related travel hats and vacation hats I may have to start throwing in there. Maybe just a Friday free for all or something like that, because I don't always work on Friday. So maybe. Yeah.
Well, I think what I love is the consistency that you have with it. You're very consistent with doing that, and it's always fun to see. I always look forward every day to seeing what you're pulling out for that day, because it always brings a smile to my face to see what you're bringing out, because it may be a dad hat, it may be a 5950, it may be a 3930. Yeah, a trucker. I mean, you pull them all off like a champ. So,
well, I appreciate that.
So
if the picture is of me in the truck, it's because I forgot to take the picture before I left the yard.
But the thing is, you still put it up though.
I do. I get out like, dang, I didn't take my picture standing out by the truck, and that's why I take one in the truck when I get to a stopping point somewhere.
You're still off to work.
Yep.
No matter where you are.
That's
right. All right, guys. We will see you guys next week. The new year, 2024. Like I said, be safe and support the minor leagues, baby. Bye.
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 Take on the world.